It was a cold and snowy New Year's Eve. The people were passing by with their warm coats, gloves, and scarves. They were all in a rush to go somewhere to celebrate the new year. Children were running around the streets, throwing snowballs at each other, playing and laughing. But on the streets, there was a girl different from the ones that were playing. This little girl was standing in the middle of the street, watching the other kids play. She did not have a hat to protect her head from the cold. Her clothes were light and ripped. The slippers on her feet didn't fit her. They were too big. She was holding a box in her hands, shivering from the freezing cold. The little girl barely noticed the car coming right at her. She ran towards the sidewalk, but while she was running, the huge slippers on her feet flew off. Having no choice, she walked barefoot. She sought for a shelter next to a wall. She opened the box that she had been holding. The box was full of matches. This was the little match girl, but she could not even sell one box of matches that day. If she could make a sale and earn money, she could go home and at least have a bowl of soup with her mother. She started yelling with her thin, shivering voice. "Matches! Anyone? Matches!" Nobody on the street paid any attention to her, so she sat next to the wall. Her finger started to ache from the cold. She could not bear the pain anymore. She opened a box and pulled out a match and lit it on the wall. And suddenly, a warm orange light surrounded her. She stared at the fire and started dreaming. She was sitting in front of a fireplace in a beautiful room. She had a warm sweater, furry boots on her feet, and a beanie on her head. It became so hot she began to sweat, but suddenly the match went out. With the match out, the dream also vanished. Once again, she lit up another match. While she was looking at it, the wall suddenly opened up. There was a big room inside and a table with so much food on it. The silver candlesticks on the table lit up the room like daylight. There was a beautifully grilled big piece of meat. She immediately ripped a piece of it and put it in her mouth. Suddenly, she wasn't hungry anymore. The little match girl wanted to take another piece of meat. She reached out, but the match she had in her hand went out pretty fast. The feast on the table and the room vanished. The little match girl lit another match. Now she was sitting under a tree on a summer night, looking at the stars above. The little girl could not take her eyes off the stars. Then she saw a shooting star. She remembered what her grandmother used to tell her. "There goes another one of us flying into eternity." At that moment, her grandmother appeared. Her grandmother was visible for a brief moment and then she disappeared. To see her grandmother one more time, she lit up another match and started dreaming once again. Her grandmother appeared in front of her again. She never saw her grandmother this beautiful before. Her loving face made her forget all the cold and bitter days she had ever been through. She did not want this moment to finish, so she lit up the final match in a hurry. Her grandmother reached out her arms to hold the little match girl's hand. They started to fly up into the sky together. The little girl felt a sudden relief. There was no cold or hunger anymore. At that moment, another shooting star went on by. In the morning, the people who passed by on the street saw the little match girl lying down by the wall. Her eyes closed, but with a sweet smile on her face. She had a lot of burnt matches around her. The matches which, with their flames, brought her dreams alive that no one would ever dream about. I hope this helps you with your learning goals. Stay tuned for more videos. Please let me know what you think of this video and leave a comment what English topic I should discuss next. Hit subscribe, like and share so that it gets recommended to more people. Get motivated, stay motivated.